What's up, 12th Legion? Can you feel the electricity in the air? The rumble of thunder from the Pacific Northwest is getting louder by the second. Your Seattle Seahawks are undergoing a massive transformation that has the entire NFL holding its breath. Listen up, 12s. We've got a perfect storm brewing in Seattle. A $100 million quarterback who finally found his groove might be looking over his shoulder at a dynamic, young, dual-threat beast from Alabama who's giving coaches flashbacks to the early 2000s. But wait, what good is quarterback talent if our offensive line can't keep him upright? Our star tackle is struggling with injuries, and a familiar face who once protected our legendary field general could be making his third return to the Emerald City. And just when you thought that was enough drama, our entire receiving course has been completely overhauled. The familiar faces who've been catching touchdowns for years gone. The new faces still taking shape with a massive name potentially about to sign who could transform our aerial attack overnight. If you're feeling your heart racing already, smash that like button and subscribe to stay locked in on every development during this critical Seahawks rebuild. The decisions being made right now will shape the next 5 years of our franchise. How much longer can we afford to wait before making a decision at quarterback? Is our $100 million investment already in jeopardy before taking a single snap in Seattle? Or is history about to repeat itself in the most stunning way possible? And with a revamped receiving core, who will emerge as our new offensive identity? Telvies, buckle up. This offseason is about to get wild. The bombshell has dropped and his name is Jalen Milroe. The explosive Alabama quarterback who terrorized SEC defenses with both his arm and legs is now in Seattle after the Seahawks selected him in the third round of the 2025 NFL Draft. But what makes this situation absolutely fascinating is the man he'll be competing with, none other than Sam Darnold. Fresh off signing a 3-year, $1.5 million contract after his Pro Bowl resurrection season with the Minnesota Vikings. Does this scenario sound eerily familiar to you, 12 elves? Cast your mind back to 2012. The Seahawks had just signed free agent quarterback Matt Flynn to a hefty 3-year, $26 million deal, only to draft a certain Russell Wilson in the third round. What happened next? Wilson shocked the world by winning the starting job, and the rest is legendary Seahawks history. Could lightning strike twice in Seattle? According to Vinny of the Sporting News, Milroe is among a dozen rookies who could potentially unseat established veterans, despite Darnold's massive contract that includes $37.5 million, guaranteed for the 2025 season. Milroe is the wildest card in this group, explains. There's no reason for Clint Kubiak and Seattle's new offensive coaching staff to not get a good long look at Milroe, even if it would not be designated as a competition versus Darnold. Let's talk about what makes Milroe so special. In his final 2 seasons with the Crimson Tide, this athletic phenom threw for 5,676 yards and 39 touchdowns, while adding a ridiculous 1,257 yard and 32 touchdowns on the ground. That's the kind of dual-threat weapon that can transform an offense overnight. It's a long shot for the Seahawks to be so open-minded to give Milroe a full-fledged shot, Hire adds. But there's still a chance that Milroe can manifest all of his talent to make this Russell Wilson over Matt Flynn all over again 13 years later. Darnold's path to redemption led him to a Pro Bowl appearance last season, but can he maintain that level in Seattle? Or will the raw, explosive talent of Milroe prove too tempting for the coaching staff to keep on the bench? And speaking of keeping quarterbacks upright, what good is all this QB talent if we can't protect them? That brings us to our next major development. The quarterback competition would be meaningless if whoever wins can't stay on their feet. That's why General Manager John Schneider has been laser-focused on reinforcing the offensive line, starting with the selection of North Dakota State standout Gray Zabel in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. But here's where things get complicated. Telvies, while Seattle has their bookend tackles in Charles Cross, the 9th overall pick in 2022, and rising star Abraham Lucas, there's a major red flag flapping in the wind. Lucas has played in just 13 games over the past 2 seasons due to persistent knee issues. This is where a familiar face could make his triumphant return to the Pacific Northwest. Veteran offensive tackle George Fant, who incredibly has already had 2 separate stints with the Seahawks, including just last season. Think about it, 12th Legion. Why wouldn't Seattle reconnect with someone who already knows the organization? Fant began his NFL journey with the Seahawks back in 2016 as an undrafted free agent and returned beyond.